Good morning. I want to talk to you a little bit today about paranoia. And I'm not sure if this is an INFJ trait or just a joy trait, but I do tend to have some issues with paranoia. And sometimes I guess it could also be classified as anxiety. I'm planning a trip out west in March to visit my brother. And then I have a lot of just different, like, scenarios, I guess, that run through my head about what could happen while I'm gone. I'm leaving my boys and my husband home, so I will be gone for 10 days, and I'm very excited to visit my brother. I'm very excited to get to some warmer weather for a little while. And at the same time, I have, all of these plans or, possible situations that could happen while I'm gone. And it kind of ruins the excitement of getting ready for a trip because I think things like, what if things happen while I'm gone? What if somebody gets sick? What if, there's an issue with my chickens or my boys don't get on the bus for school? And I know my husband's very capable and he can handle it, but I do take a lot of responsibility in, of course, caring for our children and our household and all of the things. And how are they going to do it without me? But the specific type of paranoia that I have that I wanted to talk about today is paranoia over people. And even though I very much understand other people and I can read them and see, you know, see into them a little bit and see what they're feeling and knowing and stuff. Whenever somebody wants to connect back with me, I kind of, not outwardly because, I try to keep I guess, a friendly exterior all the time, but, internally I can kind of see myself looking at them like this because I want to know, what are your intentions? Are your intentions good? Are you just wanting to take advantage of me, take advantage of my nature? Use me and abuse me, I guess. So I'm probably not the most trusting person, and I do set up kind of safeguards around myself that are maybe a little too cautious sometimes. I definitely put up walls to people. I notice this even in my close relationships. I tend to have some walls up to my friends and even my husband. And there's just this kind of, and paranoia is the only word I can use. There's just this kind of paranoid fear that something bad will happen to me if I let people in, I guess. And again, one of the things that my husband said in that video where I interviewed him that he would like me to stop doing is to stop holding people at arm's length. So I don't really know what the fix is for that, to not have this paranoia over people. And it is kind of becoming very evident. It's evident in my work because, I deal with the public. So I am very guarded when people try to, specifically men, I have this, just deep-seated distrust for men. And I don't like that, but that is just something I deal with. And when men try to, I guess, connect with me or have a deeper conversation than surface level, I definitely can almost physically feel a guard come up. And I don't want that connection. And I have a paranoia about, what about if they find out where I live? I, for a long time, didn't want people to know my last name, even though I know I live in a small town, and that's kind of ridiculous because everyone knows my last name. When I started working in the salon I am now, where I'm my own boss, I had to put my last name on my business card, and that terrified me because I didn't want for people to be able to find me and, I guess, violate my privacy. And a thing that I've run into a few times, and it really hurts my heart when I have to do it, is on the YouTube channel here and in my comments when people give me their email or ask for mine because they want to communicate with me further. I don't feel comfortable with that just because I'm paranoid. I'm worried. I know 99.9% of people are good and they would probably be just fine, and especially in this Infj community group. We are good-hearted people, but I just have this kind of block in my brain and in my heart that as soon as someone tries to connect with me beyond what I have given, I get scared. I get terrified. And it kind of, and I don't want to be like that. But at the same time, I feel like it's a safety net for me to protect my heart and protect myself. But then, when I bring up these concerns to, my husband, who is an ESFP, he's like, why are you even worried about that? What is there to be paranoid about? We have lived in our house. He just said this to me this morning. We have lived in our house for 20 plus years, and when has anything ever happened that would make you paranoid? I'm like, I don't know. It's not something I can explain. But I had said to him that, our dogs, especially the small ones, we have 3 small dogs, but one's so old he can't hear anything anymore. But the 2 small dogs, Chico and Minnie, they're very on edge all the time, and they are really sensitive to noises, and they bark a lot, which you have heard in my videos before. And I wondered if my being on edge and my paranoia has caused my dogs to pick up on that, where they feel like they need to be in a kind of on edge state where they need to protect, and if I have influenced them in my way of being. But so I apologize to anyone that has tried to give me their email and wanted to communicate with me further. It's a self-protection. It has nothing to do with anyone else. It does hurt my heart when I have to tell someone. I'm so sorry. I am I will be very excited when I can do live streams, and I have to have 1,000 subscribers to do that. So it's coming. And when I do live streams, then I would just be chatting like I am right now, but then you guys can comment and I can respond immediately. So that would be really exciting. So I don't know if paranoia is a INFJ trait or if it is just a joy trait. Let me know, you guys, if you kind of struggle with the same things. And it may just be an immaturity on my part, and it might be a protection mechanism to keep me from being, sucked up by users and abusers. I don't know. Thank you, guys. I am going on a date with my husband today. Yesterday was Valentine's Day, but we are going on a date, which it's kind of funny. After 20 years, that means that we're going to go with no children and get groceries and have lunch. That's our date. So have a great day. Live and love out of the way you were created.